sir. Good afternoon to everybody. Let me thank the mayor and the chief and my colleagues. This is not the way I plan to spend my Sunday afternoon. I've been preaching online hard, and I really had planned to be in my backyard with a cup of tea or something brown with a cigar to enjoy my day. But the mayor called and the chief, and I'm here because of the issue in our community. Let me just say this. This is serious. Civil rights and human rights is not a game. This is real. This is important and significant. Let me take you back for a moment, because we have not heard that name in a long time. Fred Finley. 20 years ago, an African-American male by the name of Fred Finley, 32 years of age, was killed in Dearborn, Fairlane Township, Fairlane Mall, in front of Lords and Taylor. His little girl was accused of shoplifting for $4. He was followed by security guards, retained by the police, trained by the police, and he subsequently was strangled to death, killed. 7,000 of us marched in Dearborn. 7,000 in Dearborn. We didn't break a window. We didn't burn a car. We didn't throw a Molotov cocktail. We marched, and we made our point. We believe in marching. I'm proud of the young people who are marching, protesting. I'm proud of the diversity. It's good to see young whites and blacks and Asians and Hispanics and Arabs and Jews marching together for justice. But they also are marching for peace. They're not trying to do this to tear the city up. They're marching because an injustice has been performed. And for those who ask why you're marching, I'll tell you the story. I was in South Africa a few years ago at the home of Desmond Tutu, who told us a story about, in the heart of the apartheid movement, a young boy came to his parents at the dinner table. He said, "Mom and Daddy, there's going to be a march in Soweto tomorrow. I want to go." He said, "No, son, you cannot go. It's going to be dangerous." He left the table. He came back a second time. "Mom and Daddy, I got to go to Soweto. There's going to be a march. I want to be a part of the march." "Son, no, you can't go. It's going to be dangerous. You might be killed." Third time he came back. "Mama and Daddy, I'm going to the march. I insist on going." Mom and Daddy said, "Well, son, why are you so determined to go and be a part of the march?" He looked at his parents and said, "Because Mama and Daddy, if you and Daddy would have been marching yesterday, then I would not need to be marching tomorrow. We did march yesterday. We are marching today. But there's a way in which you march. You don't march to defeat the purpose and the point by which you have organized the march." Let's not take our eyes off the prize. The prize here is justice. Justice. Justice for the family of George Floyd and for George Floyd. Being black is not a crime. America needs to understand that. I think our city gets it. That's why we worked so hard over the years to have a police force that's reflective of the community and to have leadership that responds to the community. During the course of the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King always had to deal with this mess. There were always infiltrators and saboteurs who infiltrated themselves within the movement. The purpose was to take themselves and to take the attention away from the issue of civil rights. It was to make Dr. King and the peaceful marches look bad, to discredit them. Let's not be bamboozled. These people are not a part of the folk that really are concerned about George Floyd. They have a different agenda. You see it in Chicago, you see it in New York, you see it all over the country. They're coming in with a different agenda. And let me say this, to whom do you think that will benefit? Not us. It will benefit the cat that's in the White House that needs to be kicked out. They didn't say it, I'm saying it. It will benefit the one who's saying that we need to send in dogs, that we need to send in certain kind of weapons, that we need to get looters and start shooting them. It will keep him solidly in place. You are defeating your own purpose. You are putting another knee on the neck of the black community. You are coming in a city that has more deaths among black people than any city in this state. What do you think that's doing for us? That ain't helping us. That's not creating nothing. And I say to the ones who are in the march, who are protesting, take pictures of folk that you know are not working in our behalf. When you see something, tell the police, tell whoever is supposed to be in charge. Disconnect yourself from them. They are not working with your interests and our interests at heart. Mamas and daddies, keep your children at home. Follow the law. Don't let them come in the house or even go out the house without the mask and the gloves and come back into your house and threaten your life because they've been around people that they don't know are carrying the disease. And I want to say to the media, you can help because you know that it's deeper than what the eye is seeing. This is not just a Detroit phenomenon. Call these people out. Some of y'all are investigative reporters. Investigate the folk. Take a look at the movement. Real activists know how to act. They keep their eyes on the prize. They are focused. They are organized. They know who the leadership is and what the issues are really about. Busting up the Detroit police station, that don't do nothing for us. Why are we going to bust it up when they're working with us? Why would you bust up CNN in Atlanta when a CNN black reporter was picked up because he was black, reporting on the truth of what you're about? That's counter-revolutionary 101. You do not cut the communication system that's communicating what you are about. That shows a lack of maturation and understanding what's happening. It also shows that there's some people who are working who don't have our interests at heart. Finally, let me say this. 1967, when the Kerner Commission came out and talked about how to do policing, talked about diversity, talked about community policing, Dr. Kenneth Clark was the first witness, African-American professor, historian, to testify. He said this: I read the Kerner Commission report. I read of the 1919 riot in Chicago, and it is as if I were reading the report of the investigating committee on the Harlem riot of 1935. The report of the investigating committee on the Harlem riot of 1943. The report of the McCone Commission on the Watts riot. I must again in candor say to you, members of this commission, it is a kind of Alice in Wonderland with the same moving picture reshown over and over and over again. The same analysis, the same recommendations, and the same inaction. Barack Obama came out 2015 with the President's Task Force on 21st Century Policing. I'm glad that we have a chief and a mayor that understands the necessity for community policing. I don't think any of these activists would be sitting here if they did not believe that or had not witnessed that or not seen that. We would all be out there doing something different. I'm simply saying, if you want to tear something up, tear your way to the voting booth in November and throw the rascals out. Tear your way to the voting booth in November and make sure you elect people that are going to appoint people to positions of power that's going to impact your life, that's going to make certain that we have justice and order and equality and equity for all of America's sons and daughters. If you ain't about tearing that up, then you really ain't about the revolution.